Hare Krishna. Now we will hear about the temple premises. Let us start with Padi Kavali Maha Dwara. The Padi Kavali Maha Dwara or Outer Gopuram stands on quadrangular base. Its architecture is that of later Chola period. The inscriptions on the Gopuram belong to 13th century. There are a number of sculpted figures of Vaishnava gods like Hanuman, Kevale Narasimha and andLakshmi Narasimha on the Gopuram. Next is Sampangi Pradakshinam. The path for circumambulating the temple is called a Pradakshinam. The main temple has 3 prakarams. Between the outermost and middle parakaram is the second pathway for circumambulation, known as the Sampangi Pradakshinam. Currently, this pathway is closed to pilgrims. The Sampangi Pradakshinam consists several interesting mandapams like the Pratima Mandapam, Ranga Mandapam, Tirumala Mandapam, Saluva Narasimha Mandapam, Aina Mahal and Dhvajasthambha Mandapam, Krishna Raya Mandapam, Raya Mandapam. After passing through the Padi Kavali Maha Dwara, you will find yourself in the open mandapam called the Krishna Raya Mandapam or Pratima Mandapam. This mandapam gets its name from the premises of bronze portrait of the Vijayanagar Emperor Krishna Raya and his 2 consorts Tirumala Devi to his left and Chinna Devi to his right. All 3 icons face the main shrine with their hands joined in sublimation. In the southern wing of the mandapam is a statue of Venkatapati Raya of the Aravidu dynasty, who ruled over Chandragiri around 1570 AD. To its sides are stone statues of Achyuta Raya, who succeeded Krishna Raya to the throne, and his wife Varadaji Amma. This mandapam is believed to be built in later Vijayanagar time, early half of 16th century. This mandapam is full of beautiful pictures of the Vijayanagar period like Rama breaking the bow, Rama Patabhishekam and Krishna Leela. Shri Vaishnava symbols of the Urdhva Pundar are flanked by a conch and disc are carved at the top of the 2 main pillars of mandapam. Ranga Mandapam, it is also called the Ranganayakula Mandapam, is located in the southern eastern corner of the Sampangi Pradakshinam. The shrine within it is believed to be the place where the Utsava Murti of Lord Ranganatha of Sri Rangam was kept during the 14th century, when Sri Rangam was occupied by Muslim rulers. It is said to have been constructed between 1320 and 1360 AD by Yadava ruler Sri Ramananda Yadava Rai. It is constructed according to the Vijayanagar style of architecture. Tirumala Mandapam. Adjoining the Ranga Mandapam on the western side and facing the Dhvajasthambha Mandapam is a spacious complex of pavilion known as the Tirumala Mandapam or Anna Unjal Mandapam. It consists of 2 different levels, the front at a lower level and the rear at the higher. The southern of inner portion of this mandapam was constructed by Saluva Narasimha in 1473 AD to celebrate a festival for Shri Venkateshwara called Anna Unjal Tirunal. This structure was extended to its present size by Aravati Bukaraya Ramaraj, Sri Ranga Raj and Tirumala Raj. It is in this mandapam the Utsava Murti Malayappan hold his annual darbar or Astanam during the hosting of the Garudhwaja on Dhvajasthambha to mark the commencement of Brahmotsav. Incidentally, the prasadam distributed on this occasion is still named as Tirumala Raya Pongal. The mandapam has a typical complex of pillars in the Vijayanagar style, with a central pillar surrounded by smaller pillars, some of which consist musical notes when stuck with a stone. The main pillars have rearing horses with warriors mounted on them. Some of the best sculptures of the temple are found in bold relief in the mandapam. The bronze statues of Todemallu, his mother Mattamohana Devi and wife Pita Bibi are kept in a corner of the mandapam. Aina Mahal. The Aina Mahal is on the northeastern side of Tirumala Rai Mandapam. It consists of two parts, an open mandapam in the front consisting of 6 rows comprising 6 pillars each, and a shrine behind it consists of an antarala called Garbhagriha. It has large mirrors which reflects images in an infinite series. There is an unjal in the middle of the room in which the Lord is seated and festivals are conducted. Dhvajasthambha. The Dhvajasthambha Mandapam houses the Dhvajasthambha, a wooden flagpole encased in gold, and the Bali Peta, room to offer food. A particular feature of the Mandapam is that it is covered unlike in other temples to facilitate the conduct of rituals in all weather condition. The relative position of the Dhvajasthambha and the Balipeta are in accordance with Vaikhanasa Ajamic traditions. Nadimi Padi Kavali. The Nadimi Padi Kavali or Inner Gopuram is the inner entrance to the temple, which is reached through the Dhvajasthambha Mandapam. Its wooden doors are covered with silver plates, and therefore it is also referred to as Vendi Vaikili. The doors are smaller than the outer Gopuram. There are enormous inscriptions on the inside walls, the earliest relating to the Pandyan monarch, Jatavarma Sundara Pandyan, who became king in 1255 AD. Vimana Pradakshinam. The Vimana Pradakshinam is the commonly used circumambulatory pathway around the central shrine. The Vimana over the scantum can be seen from this pathway. Pilgrims who have taken a vow of performing Anga Pradakshinam perform it in the Vimana Pradakshinam. Shri Vardaraja Swami Shrine. The shrine of Shri Vardaraja Swami is an independent shrine located on the eastern side of the Vimana. The deity of Shri Vardaraja Swami faces the west and is in the standing posture, with a disc and conch in the upper right and left hands respectively. The lower right is the Abhaya pose and the lower left is the Katyalambika pose. The name Vardaraja is given to this form of Shri Mahavishnu as he is believed to be the giver of boons. Pottu. The pottu or main kitchen where the food offering for the main temple are prepared is in the south of the Vardaraja Swami shrine. Inside the pottu there is a small shrine dedicated to Shri Mahalakshmi, who is also called Pottu Ammal, Lady of the Kitchen, or Madapuli Nachiyar. She is identified with Vakula Malika, who was, according to the Puranas, sent by Varahaswami to be the housekeeper of Shri Venkateshwara when he was residing in the hills. Vakula Malika, is said to have arranged Lord Shri Venkateshwara's marriage with Padmavati. In reality, she is regarded as Shri Mahalakshmi and is worshipped as such. She is worshipped during Varalakshmi Vratam in the month of Shravan. There is a similar icon of Shri Mahalakshmi in the Padipottu, another kitchen located in the Sampangi Pradakshinam. Rice prasad is prepared in the inner pottu, while other paniyarams like laddus, vadas, appams, etc. are prepared in the padipottu. The main shrine. The main shrine includes the scantum and 3 successive halls in front of it upon the Bangaru Vakili. It consists of the Snappana Mandapam, a square hall, Ramara Meda, a rectangular hall, Sayana Mandapam, also rectangular in shape, where the Ekanta Seva is performed. Scantum or Garbhagriha, in which the deity of Lord Venkateshwara stands. In between the scantum and the Sayana Mandapam is celebrated Trishul, where called the Kulashekara Padi. Sankirtana Bhandara. Adjoining the porch of Bhashyakara Sandhini, on its western side is a small room called Talapakara or Sankirtana Bhandara. It was constructed to prevent the collections of Sankirtana composed by the Talapaka poets. Talapaka Annamacharya, his son Peda Tirumalacharya and grandson Chinna Tirumalacharya, who were minstrels attached to the hill shrine. Annamacharya, the greatest of the 3 poets, came to the hill shrine in 1424 AD and served the Lord by rendering songs that he had composed. During some sequences of worship, he was a senior contemporary of Purandara Das. His songs mark a significant stage in the evolution of South Indian music. His songs can be classified into 3 groups: Adhyatma Sankirtana, Shringara Sankirtana, and Shrungara Manjari. The songs were preserved in the Talapakara for more than 400 years before they were transferred to the TTD office in Tirupati for preparations of manuscript for publication during the days of the last Mahanta, Prayaga Dasa, at the instant of TTD epigraphist Shri Sadhu Subramanya Shastri, Bangaru Bhavi. In front of the Puttu is a well called the Bangaru Bhavi. The site of the Bangaru Bhavi is directed in the Vaikanasa Agamas, is constructed according to the Vijayanagar style of architecture. Snappana Mandapam. The Snappana Mandapam is also called Tiruvallankovil. It has 4 pillars which bear sculptures like those of Balakrishna, Yoga Narasimha and Kalyamardan. A particularly impressive sculpture is found in this place, that of Sri Mahavishnu seated pose. He is shown with 4 arms, the upper arms holding the chakra and the shankha. The Lord's consort are also shown seated in Sukhana on either side of them. Ramar Meda. Ramar Meda, which means the elevated platform of Rama, used to house the icons of Rama, Sita and Lakshman. These icons have since been moved to the scantum. The images of Venkateshwara and Garuda are the Utsava Murtis of their respective sub-shrines. Sayana Mandapam. The Sayana Mandapam is also called the Ardha Mandapam, is directly in front of the scantum, in accordance with the Agamas. This is close to scantum that the pilgrims can get the mandapam, is connected to the scantum by the Trishul called Kulashekara Padi. After an Alvar who wished to be reborn as the Trishul to the Lord's shrine. The main function of this mandapam is to facilitate the performance of ritual that cannot be accommodated in the scantum. The mandapam is called so because it is here that the representative icon of the Lord Srinivas is ceremonially put to bed as the last sequence of daily worship. Garbhagruha. The Garbhagruha or scantum is where the main deity of Lord Sri Venkateshwara resides. The deity stands majestically in the Garbhagruha, directly beneath a gilt dome called the Ananta Nilaya Deva Vimana. This deity is called the Mulaya Beram, is believed to be self-manifested, as there has been no known sculptor possessing the capability to sculpt deities so proportionately and beautifully. Further, no human being is known to have installed it in the shrine. Ordinarily, the Lord wears a golden kiridam, which has a large emblem embedded in front. On special occasion, he is adorned with the diamond kiridam. On his forehead, the Lord has a thick double patch of upright namam, drawn with refined camphor, which screen the eyes. In between the two white patches is a kasturi tilaka. His ears are bugged with shining golden makara kundalas. The fist of the raised right hind hand is implanted with a gem set chakra, and the corresponding left fist with the shanku. The slightly outstretched from right hand has its fingers pointing to his lotus feet as the only resource to his devotees to attain oneness with him and enjoy eternal bliss. His front left hand is ambiko to assure his devotees of protection and to show that the samsara sagara is only hip deep if they seek his refuge. His body is clothed with pitambaram with gold strings and a gold belt, which are attached with jingly gold bells. He is adorned with precious ornaments. He has a yajnopavita flowing down crosswise from his shoulder. He bears Lakshmi Devi on the right chest and Shri Padmavati Devi on his left chest. He bears Nagabaram ornaments on both shoulders. His lotus feet are covered with gold flames and decked with glistening gold anklets. A strong curved belt of gold encompassed his legs. During Abhishekam, we can have darshan of goddesses Lakshmi. The Ananda Nilaya Divya Vimana was covered with gilt copper plates, smeared with a golden vase in 13th century, during the reign of the Vijayanagar king Yadava Rai. Pilgrims are not allowed to enter the Garbhagriha beyond Kulashekara path. Kalyana Mandapam. Kalyanotsam or marriage festival is celebrated in the Kalyana Mandapam. The Kalyana Mandapam is architecturally similar to the Tirumala Mandapam. At its western end is a small mandapam carried on slender cut stone pillars and surmounted by a vimana. On the south of the shrine is a raised portion called the Yagasala, where homes are performed in connection with Brahmotsav and other festivals. Sri Ramanuja Shrine. Adjacent to Gita Bhandara is the northern corridor of the Vimana Pradakshinam is the shrine of Sri Ramanuja, the great Vaishnava Acharya. It is also called the Bhashyakara Samadhi. Ramanuja was the architect of Tirupati and the father of Shri Vaishnava community there. He designed the flower garden or Nandavan of the temple. He was mainly responsible for managing the worship procedures and other affairs of Sri Venkateshwara temple. The shrine was built around the 13th century. It overlooks the western end of the Tirumani Mandapam. The Pandyan emblem of two fish and a hook is carved on the wall next to the entrance. The right hand of the stone image of Ramanuja is held in the gesture of exposition, Vyakhyamudra, and the left hand in the form of boon bestowal, Varadahatsya, or of holding a book, Pustakahatsya. The shrine figures prominently during the festival of Adhyayanotsavam, which is a typical Pancharatri observance. Special worship is conducted in the shrine during Gandapodi Utsavam and Bhashyakara Utsavam. The Utsav Murti of Ramanuja is taken in a grand procession to meet Malayappan near the Padi Kavali. Shri Narasimha Swami Shrine. The Narasimha Swami Shrine is located to the left of the front pavilion of the Ramanuja Shrine. It houses an deity of Shri Yuga Narasimha. Built in the 15th century, the shrine is surrounded by a polished mandapam. Artistic dance poses are depicted in the sculpted pillars. Tirumala Mandapam or Mukha Mandapam. The first view of the Lord can be obtained from the Tirumala Mandapam. It was built by Malana or Madhava Das, who was the chief of Chandragiri in the 15th century. The mandapam is supported by 16 carved pillars, which introduce a natural division of the area into 3 aslines. The mandapams serve as a sthana mandapam where Koluvu Srinivas holds court after the Tomala Seva in the scantum, listens to the reading of the almanac and presides over the giving of daily ration of rice. The recitation of Suprabhadam also takes place here. There are 2 massive bells inscribed here, which are known as Tirumani or Tirumahamani, which gives the mandapam its name. It is said that these bells were used to ring the Naivedyam in the scantum. On the eastern side of the mandapam is a small shrine dedicated to Garuda. On the northern side is a Gangala or large brass vessel covered with a sacred fabric for depositing all votive offerings. Bangaru Vakili. From the Tirumani Mandapam, you can enter the Bangaru Vakili to reach the inner scantum, scantron. There are 2 tall copper images of the Dwarkpal, Jai and Vijaya on either side of the door. The thick wooden door is covered with gilt plates depicting the Dashvataram of Shri Mahavishnu. The doorway is directly in line with Padi Kavali and the Vendi Vakili. It admits pilgrims to the Snapana Mandapa. Suprabhadam is sung in front of this door. Mukoti Pradakshinam. Mukoti Pradakshinam is an enclosed pathway for circumambulation that runs around the scantum and the branch is in front of it. In Dravidian terminology, Mukuta means the vratam had on this day is equal to 3 crore times of vratas followed on any Ekadasi day. The Pradakshinam has walls on 3 sides only, with the eastern wall missing. Mukoti Pradakshinam is open to pilgrims only twice a year during Mukoti Ekadashi and Mukoti Dwadashi. The doors are open on the night of the 11th day morning after Tirupallavi and closed on the night of the 12th day. Shri Vishwaksena Temple. Shri Vishwaksena Temple is located at the northern side of the main temple. In the Mukoti Pradakshinam, Shri Vishwaksena occupies an important place in the Vaikanaka Agayam. The Vaishnava function and temple rituals. Shri Vishwaksena is worshipped first. Vishwaksena is said to be the chief of the army of the Lord and is believed to protect the function or rituals from evil. The deity had 4 hands, the upper 2 holding a shankha and chakra. The right lower is Avagama Hatsya and the left lower on the hip, that is Gada Hastyam. The deity of Vaishyasena and its worship are strictly in accordance with the Vaikanasa Agam. During the daily worship of Lord Venkateshwara, the garlands flower called Nirmalya from the lords strictly are removed and Vishwaksena is worshipped with them. Before commencement of Brahma Utsav, the Senadipati or Vishwaksena Utsav. Before commencement of the annual Brahma Utsav, the Senadipati or Vishwaksena Utsav is performed, followed by Ankurapana. According to popular belief, Vishwaksena provides clearance for the functions to start and look after the arrangement for the festival. His deity is taken out in a procession during the Adhyayanotsav. Shri Yoga Narasimha Temple. The sub-temple for Shri Yoga Narasimha Swami facing the west is located in the mandapam in the northeastern corner of the first parakrams. Yoga Narasimha Swami is also known as Giriraj Narasimha Swami. The deity of Yoga Narasimha Swami is sculpted according to the Shastras. He is seated with two hands on his knees and grilled by the Yoga Patta. A ceremonial bath is given to the deity in this cantum on Saturday and on the 14th, the bright half of the month of Vaishak, according to the lunar calendar. Swati Nakshatram, the deity is especially worshipped on account of Narasimha Jayanti. Shri Garuda Temple. The temple of Garuda is also called Garuda Alvar, is directly opposite to the presiding deity in the Shri Venkateshwara temple. Garuda is a faithful devotee of the Lord and he stands with his hands joined in supplication, the Anjali pose. Being the Lord's mount, he is shown with outstretched wing ever ready to carry him. You will find Garuda's images not only in the shrines but also mandapams on the corners of the parakrams and vimanas. At the commencement of the Brahma Utsav of Lord Shri Venkateshwara, a flag with the image of Garuda is hoisted on the Dhvajasthambha. It is believed that the prasadam offered to Garuda in this temple, if partaken, will bless the sterile with children. Every day, after completing the daily morning puja conducted for Lord Srinivas, the Bali Bera of the Lord is taken out in palanquin to give offerings to Parivara Devtas. The Lord is believed to personally supervise the food arrangements made for his subordinates, assistants and devotees. The palanquin called Sibika is considered to be Garuda himself. An Utsava Murti of Garuda is kept in the Ramar Meda along with other bronze images. This was the descriptions of temple premises. Hare Krishna.